The motorcade stops. 23 black SUVs flags snapping in the wind. The most powerful man on earth steps out. And it's you. Except the man who climbed into that limousine isn't the one your voters thought they elected. Rewind 12 years. You're a disgraced lawyer with a maxed-out credit card, a sick mother, and a judge's voice still ringing in your skull. Clown. Your friend picks you up in a car that costs more than your house, takes you to a restaurant you can't pronounce, and slides an envelope across the white tablecloth. Inside, a burner phone and a plane ticket to Culiacan. You fold. Of course you fold. Desperation doesn't negotiate, it just signs on the dotted line. Mexico is nothing like the brochures. Your new employers don't shake hands. They grip. They have a word for lawyers who ask too many questions. And that word rhymes with gone. Your job is simple on paper. Structure shell corporations, legitimize cash flows, now make dirty money smell like fresh laundry. You're good at it. Better than good. You're a genius at it. And genius, in a cartel, is a gilded cage with no door. Within 6 months, you've laundered more money than your entire law school class will earn in their lifetimes. Within a year, you know things that could collapse 3 governments. The problem with knowing that much? You can never unknow it. And people who know too much develop a habit of disappearing. So you build leverage, quietly and surgically. You start recording everything. You memorize account numbers, shipping routes, names of officials on the payroll, senators, generals, a deputy director of the DEA whose daughter goes to Georgetown on cartel scholarship. You copy files onto encrypted drives and mail them to a safety deposit box in Zurich under a name that doesn't exist yet. Every night, you go to sleep, wondering if tonight is the night they check under your mattress. Every morning, you wake up and realize you've become something you don't have a word for. Not a criminal, not a hero, something colder than both. But what you're building isn't an escape route. It's a throne. Because you have a plan so insane, it might actually work. You start feeding intel, carefully curated, surgically precise, to a federal prosecutor you've been cultivating for 2 years. You give him just enough to make careers, not enough to burn yours. His star rises. Yours rises with it. You're hidden inside his, like a parasite wearing a patriot's face. You resurface stateside as a whistleblower. The cartel thinks you're dead. The government thinks you're a hero. Your picture ends up on the cover of 3 magazines. A senator calls you the bravest man in America. You almost laugh out loud on live television. The rest happens fast, frighteningly fast. Your prosecutor friend pivots to politics. You become his campaign counsel. You're the man behind the curtain. You're pulling strings so invisible they look like coincidences. He wins the Senate. You win his ear. He runs for president. Your candidate, your puppet, your ticket. And on election night, when the networks call it, you're in the back room drinking 12-year scotch while he cries grateful tears into a phone call with his mother. 3 months later, he dies in a helicopter accident that the NTSB rules inconclusive. The vice presidency, which you quietly engineered for yourself as a compromise candidate, snaps into place like a bone being set. 6 months after that, the 25th Amendment gets invoked over a fabricated scandal. Your scandal, fabricated by you. And now, you're standing in front of 200 cameras, your hand on a Bible, swearing to protect and defend a constitution you've spent a decade using as a doormat. The cartels think they own you. The government thinks it rescued you. Your wife thinks you're a miracle. None of them are right, because every shipping route, every dirty official, every account number, it's all in a file. Your file. And in 3 months, you're going to burn the entire operation to the ground from the inside, using the full apparatus of the United States government as your personal blowtorch. You didn't escape the cartel. You didn't sell out your country. You became the most powerful man in the world specifically, so no one could ever touch you again. The motorcade moves, the flags snap, and the world's most dangerous drug lord smiles for the cameras.